Perfect. Welcome, everyone. It is July 2nd. Happy July. It's the day after the MM100 launch. It is busy. A week until Summit. Everything is rocking and rolling, and we are running around busy, busy, busy. But I'm super excited today that we have 11-star elite coach Brooke Orchard with us today, and you guys just need to hound her with questions. She is doing the things right. She has ton of leadership ranking points this year already. So that means she's really, really good at getting her team to work. So that's kind of probably what my first question would be like. But Brooke, why don't you start off a little bit, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started with Beachbody, and where you're at today.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many moving parts to this question. So, hey guys, I see a couple familiar faces on there. Kate, Virginia, what's up? Hey. Okay, I first want to say that don't let this hair and makeup fool you guys. I have two kids that are 3 years old and 18 months, and I have no makeup on usually 90% of the time. So I just figured I'd get ready for my day and not look homeless for once, like I never really do. So that's my current life right now. I have two young kids. Easton just turned 3 on Sunday, and so it's crazy over here. I am married almost 5 years. I live in Arizona, here in Gilbert, Arizona, and I'm originally from Minnesota. And oh gosh, my journey goes way back with Beachbody. So I've been doing Beachbody since 2011, and I discovered Beachbody after being a gymnast my entire life and going to college and being super lost with my health and fitness. I would go to the gym all the time for a couple of hours, do the same moves all the time. I would run on the treadmill, as I called it, and I was a cardio bunny. And I picked up running. I even winged a half marathon because I didn't know what I was doing, and I just thought that running was it. I didn't know that Beachbody existed. And even when I found Beachbody in 2011, after gaining weight in grad school, I was waitressing full time. I was going to school for speech therapy for my graduate program to get my master's. And I was putting myself on the back burner, and I discovered P90X, had no clue it was Beachbody. And I did it by myself. I don't even think there were challenge groups back in 2011, 2012. And it was right after Thanksgiving. I remember thinking, like, enough is enough. I cannot keep doing this. I was emotionally eating. I was a comfort binge eater. I would have pizza, Mountain Dew, 2 liters of Mountain Dew every week, like whole pizzas, double cheeseburgers from Culver's. And I still love that stuff, but I don't eat it like I used to. And after the 90 days was done, I felt on top of the world. And I shared my before and after pictures on Facebook, and had this random girl reach out to me and be like, you should be a Beachbody coach. And I thought it was a scam. I was like, a what? She's like, you can get paid for doing what you're doing. And I'm like, no, thanks. And then I joined one of my girlfriends a month later. You know, this is a relationship business. So I joined her within the next month because she was a coach and I trusted her, and did really well with it for a few months, but then I fizzled out. You know, I used the whole time excuse. I didn't realize that I could work this business in the busy pocket, the pockets of time during my busy day. So 2 years went by, became Beachbody's biggest naysayer, became Shakeology's biggest naysayer, tried other companies' shakes. You know, we all know where that story led, but I had to do things by myself and really fail forward, and the stars kind of had to align for me in order for Beachbody to be back into my life. So I had to move to Arizona, away from everything that I knew in Minnesota. I became a speech therapist down here, working with the elderly after they had strokes. I would help them learn how to swallow again, do cognitive therapy. And I loved my job, but I got paid hourly. So if the work was there, I got paid. If the work wasn't there, I didn't get paid. And I was often putting myself on the back burner yet again because I was doing things by myself and there was no accountability. So I just didn't show up. $50,000 of student loan debt from my master's program alone. And I remember watching my former upline coach still posting, still sharing about crushing her student loan debt while in dental school, enter income disclaimer. But I watched her from the sidelines, and I remember feeling annoyed seeing her posts. And I remember then feeling kind of jealous. And then I became open-minded, and that took a course of 2 years of just watching her. I was drawn towards the positive community, her having friends. I had no friends down here when I moved to Arizona, and I wanted what she had, but it it came as jealousy, you know, and a lack of an open mind. But eventually I was like, Brooke, what you're doing is not working. Like, you need to fix something. So that's why I joined her again in December of 2014. And ever since then, I've just been all in. And I was so afraid of being
Oh no, Brooke, we lost you.
I actually spun that to my advantage and used that to show people, like, if I can do this, you can do this too. It's showing my internet connection is unstable. Hopefully it's okay. But I mean, so much has changed since then. I never saw myself quitting speech therapy. Quit speech therapy 2 years ago. I've been doing Beachbody coaching full time. And it's just insane how different my life is now. I never pictured my life being like this, but I knew I wanted to create something big out of it. I just didn't really know how long it would take or when, but I knew it was going to happen. I just had that unwavering belief and that faith, and I just cannonballed into this. So that's kind of my story.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love like the ups and downs with it too. And like once you committed, you're all in, and here you are today. So that's really cool. Okay, guys, let's open it up for questions. Take yourself off mute, use the chat, whatever you want. Go ahead.
I have a question for you. So I have created a lot of diamonds over the years, but where I find that I kind of struggle in trying to help them is developing past diamond into like star diamonds. So I'm curious what kind of things you've done in the past that have worked for you in not only developing diamonds, but helping them become leaders in 2-star plus.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So that's been something that I've been diving into the last 6 months. So prior to 6 months ago, I grew wide and not deep. I recruited like a mofo, but I did not adequately serve the people that were at my table. I did not mentor them. I did not do phone calls with them. I was very much like the over.
Oh no. Brooke, can you hear us?
Uh-oh. Was that me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. I was like, oh my God. So the past 6 months, 7 months now, I guess, I have been diving hardcore into mentorship calls, one-on-one mentorship calls, and really, really serving the people who are showing up, taking action, being consistent. I've really had to fail forward through that process because, again, I didn't really have a lot of mentorship and guidance through even that process the last 6 months. But that's how I'm really noticing that people are sticking around, my personally sponsored coaches, my new coaches, my leaders, but we're growing deep now. Our volume is growing, and my girls are building relationships with me, and I'm digging deep and I'm helping them. So it's kind of almost naturally popping my personally sponsored coaches because I'm digging my fingers down into the roots and just helping those people. If that helps answer your question. Yeah. And I also, what I do now is I always think of just any possible chance I can push my girls outside their comfort zone. So I will ask them to go live in our team page. I will ask them to host a team call. I will ask them to host our weekly Monday night new coach Q&A chat, host a live power hour. Anything to help cultivate their leadership skills is what I love to do. And that's something that I didn't do before, because I'm such a control freak that I want everything to be perfect. That's just the former.
I guess we'll just give her a couple minutes to come back. There she is.
Sorry, guys. Can you even hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can hear, and then you go silent for a while, and then you come back.
Oh, Kate keeps on getting kicked off too? Well, I'm glad it's not just me. Oh my gosh. What'd you hear last?
Oh, you were talking, sorry, I'll tell you. You were talking about how you have them like host your team calls, like your Monday calls and stuff like that.
Good. Yeah. Just giving them any chance to cultivate their leadership skills. You know, I just was expecting people to step into that role on their own, but it's just not going to happen. And I host my new coaches prospect calls for them. Like if they have go-getter coaches who want to join their team, I will do a 3-way call with them, showing them the process, like showing them how those calls are done. Same thing with GSR calls, same thing with these mentorship calls. So I do a lot of 3-way calls, and I have templates that I share with my girls. But I said the real learning is when you watch me do it, because I can tell you how to do this business all day till I'm blue in the face. But until you see my passion and my energy and the questions that I ask, how I handle objections, like in real time, you're not going to really learn as well. So that's what I have my girls do, is watch me.
I have a question for you with like getting coaches started. I feel like obviously everybody does it differently. But I feel like for me, you know, when I have new coaches sign up, you want to tell them so much information. Like you want to tell them to like get results, reach out, invite people, do this, post here. But like what would that you want your coaches to like do right off the bat to like get started?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of cut out towards the end, but I think you asked, like, what do you do mainly in the beginning to get your new coaches started, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, sorry, guys. I wasn't sure if it was just me or if everyone else's Zoom is being weird. But, yeah, so Amanda, I don't know if you're anything like me, but I have a tendency to overcomplicate, like to word vomit, because I'm so passionate and I want everyone to just know everything. But it's just not possible, I've realized. And yeah, so I do a new coach checklist, and it's very action oriented. So I used to have a lot of the fluffy stuff in the beginning, where it was like, set up your coach online office and set up your direct deposit. And that's one of the first couple steps. But it used to be so like training focused, like make sure everything's set up first. But now I'm like pushing them out there. I'm like, post on social media, your why. I don't overcomplicate it. And I have them go live in our team page for a couple of minutes, just introducing themselves. So just having them do things that pushes them outside their comfort zone. And then it leads into a Thinkific, Rock the Basics course. And again, after each one of those training days, I give them an action step. So I make it known to my girls, like, this business is all about mindset. So I do try to groom their mindset a little bit in the beginning, you know, like believe in yourself, go all in, take quitting off the table, just mindset things like that. I'll probably do like a short few-minute video just so they can feel my passion instead of reading something all the time. But it then leads into the training, but I tell them over and over, action first, learn simultaneously. Action first, learn second. Take the training, implement what you learn. So that's what I've been trying to do, because I have girls who have analysis paralysis, and they stay at procrastination station because of their tendency to focus on the training too much. Yeah, the live and the team page idea is really helpful. And it's really good for me to see too. It's so helpful for me and my coaches, because they're able to see who's committing right away, who's running with this business. You can usually tell, you know, who's going all in. And I have girls fill out like their new coach about me form, asking very strategic questions that get me and my coaches to see, like, okay, is this person walking, jogging, or running with this? And they send that over, and that usually tells me, okay, they're doing their stuff. I have very tangible things that help me understand, okay, this person I should really focus on, this person I'm gonna more walk with. So that's been really helpful for me and my girls. Sydney, do you want me to read the chat thread? Kate just asked something. Yeah. I'm attracting people who start and have this huge why and are so excited and then quit like 2 days later. And I am just like, what? Yeah. I have this thing in the training, basically breaking down the different types of people. And I call them dinosaurs, Kardashians, butterflies, and unicorns. You know, there's those people that are just like that. I call them the dinosaurs. They just go extinct. They make you wonder, like, what did I even do wrong? You didn't even give me a chance to mess this up. And, but I just, instead of beating myself up, I just go to them. Sorry, you're going to hear my kids right now. I just go to them and I ask them, you know, hey girl, I saw that you submitted your coach cancellation, or that you, whatever, that you're pulling back, you know, may I ask what's going wrong? You know, what's happening over there? Or I might ask, like, can you provide me feedback so that I can help my future girls? So it kind of takes the pressure off of them a little bit when I ask them, like, hey, I really want to improve my business. Totally okay that it's not your timing, but can you please provide me feedback so I can help, you know, girls in the future. Yeah, the Kardashians, if you're wondering, are the people that give you all the excuses and they will suck your energy. Energy vampires. They say they want it, but they don't do anything, or they always.
God, this Zoom is just not doing great today, huh? We'll give her a few minutes to jump back on. Sorry.
Here I am. But yeah, hobby coaches, you know, the butterflies, as I call them, they're great for volume. I try to make the team page more of a camaraderie, positive support group, so that I'm tailoring to the masses, but I'm honing in on those unicorns, those go-getter coaches, one-on-one behind the scenes in Zoom calls and things like that.
I have a question. I've had success in this last 6 months, and I know everyone does this differently, but really as soon as a new coach starts, simplifying like Diamond and making it like kind of setting that expectation of, so you can just hit this in 30 days, it's 12 people, this is how simple it is. I was just curious kind of what your approach is, if you do that from the beginning, and what that looks like for you.
I do. Yeah. You know, I just pulled up my Think It Fit course right now, just so I can kind of take you guys through it. And I can share this with you after the call as well. But yeah, I have them get their personal development book. I always recommend The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz, or GoPro by Eric Worre, I think is his last name. And let's see. Yeah. And then committing to our team events. And I have them listen to a webinar that lit my soul on fire when I started coaching. It just helps them to get the big picture. I have found that unless I tap into a coach's fire, their why right away, and know what that is, and have them like feel that and create that within themselves, which is key because I can't do that for them, I'm going to probably lose them, you know. But I have them go emerald in 24 hours. I tell them, like, if this doesn't happen, it doesn't mean you're a failure. My girls know that I have the shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll still land amongst the stars type motto. So that just helps them to embrace the failing forward. If you go emerald in 1 week, oops, like 1 month, you're okay. But I have them see, like, it's possible. If other people can do it, you can do it too. And then, yeah, simplifying diamonds, like diamond in 30 to 60 days. And just helping them get their first wins is just so important to me now. I still lead with challenge packs, but I am very much just like, get your first wins type thing. Because when they taste how real this is, they see that first paycheck. That's just so important, so that they know that this is real, so that they can show their skeptical husband, like, I got a paycheck. So. And another thing that I have girls do that I didn't do 6+ months ago is I have them create their top 10 list, and I have them create a 100-person master list. And I got this idea from my upline, Christina Solons. This was something that I did when I first started as a coach, and I stopped doing it with my girls for whatever reason and went back to that because that's a great way to build their confidence and to kind of practice while they're building on social media and building their confidence and their skills with that. So they're getting their first wins. And 80% plus of my leaders, my business builders, my Diamond Plus coaches were people in my master list. Maybe I lost touch with them for a decade. We did gymnastics with each other when we were 10 years old. I waitressed with one of them when I was in college. but like a lot of them are from my master list. They just trickled into my business over time. And I wish I would have invited them sooner. They were the people that I was intimidated to invite. And those are usually the people that we need to encourage our coaches to invite, because they could build a lot of their business.
Okay, I have a question. With your social media, like what's your social media strategy for recruiting? Are you recruiting business builders? Do you go to your challenge groups and recruit from there? What does that look like?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that's a loaded question. So back in the day, I used to lead with challenge groups, getting people results, and I still do that, but that was where I got a lot of my coaches. And that is where a lot of people created that belief. And I've had more lifers, I would say, from people who had done challenge groups first, because there's that belief there. They bleed Beachbody blue. And so I have more lifers from that. But I'm an omnipresent, bold, passionate person when it comes to leading with the business. I am very passionate, and people know that I love talking about money. I love helping people make money. I am seen as a mentor. I am a leader. I love helping women be mentored into becoming leaders, creating a full-time income, being able to pull back from their job to spend more time with their kids. Like, that's my big picture. That's my niche. But I also like breadcrumb and sprinkle all the other things like positive community, accountability, so that I'm kind of speaking to the masses and not leaving anyone out, because everyone joins my team for different reasons, but everyone knows like my big mission and my big vision for what I love to really help people with, and let people know like, hey, I'm going to go at your pace and help you with what you want to be helped with, but this is what I love overall. I just do massive call to actions in my Instagram stories, Facebook stories, posts. I try to do Sunday nights, call to actions to coaching. I just tell my girls, like, if you want to attract business builders, people who want to make an income, you got to talk about income. You got to paint the vision of what you want your future to look like, what is possible for them, and sharing those big and small financial wins so that people can see what's possible. And I wish I would have done that with my student loan payments. Like, every time I use my Beachbody money, which I called my debt detonator, I wish I would have shown people like, oh, just made another student loan payment with my Beachbody debt detonator. But I didn't do that, and I wish I would have. So I tell my girls, like, make sure you're sharing that stuff, because that's the thing that people need to see. So I very much lead with the business. I say I would invite to coaching. I invite to coaching about 80% of the time, challenge groups about 20%. It kind of depends on where I'm at in my business in the time of month. I kind of flex with, how I'm feeling or what I'm inviting to at that moment that week. So I'm not all over the place, but yeah, I definitely lead with the business. And I don't just see people as a customer. I truly always ask myself, even if someone comes to me like, hey, Brooke, I want to be in your challenge group and I want to do Shakeology, or I want to do Beachbody on Demand. I'm always asking myself, like, what if this person needs this right now, this financial opportunity? So I'm always breadcrumbing and sprinkling in, like, hey, just something to think about. Or if someone signs up as a discount coach, like, I'm going to invite them to coaching and be like, hey, I know you didn't sign up for the business, but do me a favor and watch this webinar. You are able to make an income at any time, but why not check it out? What do you have to lose? This opportunity has helped me do A, B, and C. And I know you mentioned that you really want to do, stay at home with your kids more, or you're really burned out at your job. It wouldn't hurt to take a look. When can you watch it by? I don't know, just something like that, just to breadcrumb the opportunity and see everyone as a coach prospect and not just always a customer prospect.
Okay, any other questions, guys?
All right, we'll wrap this one up, guys.
Loud here. We good? Yes, perfect. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Brooke. I really appreciate you coming on and spending the time with us. Thank you, everyone else. I'll see you guys next week in person. Yay.
Thanks, guys. See you at Summit.
Bye-bye.
Bye.